Okay, this is the first item in our mini unit, the scientific method. And so you will complete the fill in the blanks and then submit this sheet. I am going to tell you what the words mean and then give you the answers. So you have a list of words here. They are to be used in the fill in the blanks below. A process is a system or a way of doing things. Measurements tell us a quantity. They basically provide a scientist with a quantitative observation. In this case, we're going to be using the measurements of length. And length will be used to determine how far the airplane flies. The second measurement we're going to use is going to be area. And area is really just two lengths multiplied together. So here, one of your fill in the blanks is the word area. When we're speaking about area, you're going to have a piece of paper to make your airplane with. And area refers to the surface covered of that piece of paper. So how much, and it's actually a two-dimensional measurement, whereas length is just linear. So to get area, you're going to multiply one length or edge of the piece of paper by the second length or edge of piece of paper. Distance is a measure of length, so it's just how far something goes. In this case, we're going to measure how far the airplane travels. A chart is just going to be like a table in this lab that you use to record information and data in to show how far the airplane goes and what the area of the paper is. Steps are the order of events taken or the order of jobs that you do in the lab. A problem in this case with the lab, it is the same thing as a question. So the problem is going to be changing paper area. Okay, so when we take different sizes of this area, the problem is going to be, why is the plane not flying as far, or why is the plane flying too far? And the question we ask is, how does surface area affect the distance the plane travels? Organized means it follows a process. It follows an order, and it is always done in a similar way so that people can know what to expect when they're looking at your work. Educated means you've done some reading and thinking and you've obtained information before going ahead and coming to conclusions. A guess means you don't really have any proof for the answer yet, except that you've done some reading and some thinking. So basically, we talk about a hypothesis being an educated guess. So to come up with a hypothesis, you need to read and learn about the topic before you make a guess. So in this case, right, you'd probably read a little bit about airplane flight, aerodynamics, weight and flight. You would probably talk about surface area and flight. You might even get into Bernoulli's principle. And information is the reading or the content you are going to cover in making yourself able to come up with an educated guess or hypothesis. Okay, so what is the scientific method? It is a process. That is used to find answers to questions. About the world around us. Scientific method. What is the scientific method? It is a process. Oh, hey, we've already answered that. Go figure. That is used to find answers to questions about the world around us. Is there only one scientific method? No. There are several versions of the scientific method. Some versions have more steps. while others may have only a few. However, they all begin with the identification of a problem or a question to be answered based on observations of the world around us, and provide an organized method for conducting and analyzing an experiment. What is a hypothesis? It is an educated guess based on your observations and your knowledge of the topic. What is data? It is information. In this case, we are going to say measurements. More specifically, gathered during the experiment. And in our experiment, that data is going to will be in the form of measurement of distance, like how long or how far the airplane has traveled. Okay, so our question, does the area of paper used to make an airplane affect the distance the airplane flies? And your hypothesis is your individual guess, so I'm not going to tell you what to put there, but an example might be, I think the bigger, you could also choose smaller, the area of the paper, the farther, you could also choose shorter, the airplane will fly.